Hello, friends of Hard Sudokus. This is the New York Times Hard Sudoku. Today is January 20th, 2023. Everything is quiet around here. The Lunar New Year festival is starting tomorrow, and many shops have been closed this week already, and they will remain closed for the better part, or maybe even all of next week as well. So with nothing else to do, I decided I wanted to look now at the New York Times Hard Sudoku before I go out and try to find a coffee shop somewhere that's open. There's an easy 9 because of these two nines here blocking these three cells. So this is a 9. Now one of these will have to be a 9, and I can see the 2 here blocking up here and the 2 blocking over across here, making this a 2. The 7 here blocks here, so this is a 7 and this must be a 5. So far, so good. Here's a little New York special for you. There's a 5-9 here blocking these two squares. There's a 5-9 here blocking these two squares. So this is a 5-9 and this is a 5-9 here. So having the 7 come over here and coming down here, and this being a 5 or a 9, one of these must be a 7. Yes. One of these must be a 2 because of the 2 here, and it can't be this cell because of the 2 in this row. So this is a 2. And these two 2's make this a 2 as well. What else can we see? One of these must be a 6, I'm sure, yes. What's going on in the top row? 1, 4, 3, and an 8. Nothing conclusive here. 1, 8 going across here, 1 up. I think there must be something else. One of these must be a 5. And of course, one of these 3 must now be a 7 because we found the 7 candidate for these two cells. Oh, this one blocks here. Therefore, one of these must be a 1. And therefore, these 3 cells can't be 1s. And these 2 can't be 1s. And this one can't be a 1 because of the 1 here. So this is an easy 1. The 4 here is blocked, so one of these must be a 4, and the 2 other cells in this row are going to be a 6 and an 8. And what's happening here? A 7, 3, and a 1 to fill these cells. Oh, there's a 1 here, so of course this must be a 7, 3. There's a 1 here, so this must be a 7, 3, and this must be a 1. Yes. Now one of these must be a 1 here. And we need to have a 1 in one of these 3 cells because the 8 here is blocking across. So one of these 2 must be an 8, right? And the 3 is blocking here and the 3 is blocking down here. So one of these must be a 3 and therefore one of these must be a 3. Yes. Let me look across here. I want 5, 6, and an 8. 5, 6, 1. This is an 8. Nice. And now one of these up here must be an 8. And one of these must be an 8. The other three digits were a 1, 6, and a 5. There's a 5 here, so one of these must be a 5. And the 1 and the 6 could basically go here, 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 except for the 6 couldn't go here. So I can't do much about that right now. Can I do something about this column? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8. 6, 7. Well, one of these must be a 4. That's for sure. And 4, 8. That's a 6 or a 7. No. I'll have to figure out something else. But we have quite a few givens in some of the intersections here. Let me look at this row here. In particular, as it intersects with this column 1. What's taken? A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Remember the 7 here, right? 8 is free, but 9 isn't. So this is an 8. Wow, and that makes this an 8 because we can't have an 8 here, right? So this is an 8. And remember how this is a 5, 9, and this is a 5, 9? These two can't be 8s now. So one of these must be an 8. Now let me look at this one here. One of these must be a 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It could be a 7, but not an 8 or a 9. So this is a 7. Beautiful. Now these two 7s and the 7 here force a 7 to go here. 5, 9, 5, 9. Still to be found a 6, 4, and an 8. So one of these must be an 8. And the other must be a 4 because we already figured that out because of the 4 here, right? So this is a 6. And that makes this a 6. Now one of these is a 6. We still need to find a 1, 2, and a 4 for these 3 cells. There's a 2 here, so this is a 2 here, here. Wow, we had a 2 here and here. Anyway, so none of these 6 cells could be a 2 in any event. Oh, didn't we have a 7, 3 here? Yes, we did. And now obviously this must be a 3 and this therefore a 7. And these 3's here and the 3 here force a 3 to go in this exact square. And now one of these is a 3. These two cannot be an 8 anymore because of the 8 here. So this is an 8. And one of these now must be an 8. These two guys must be a 9 and a 6. There's a 6 in the column. Make this a 9 and this a 6. Yes. This is coming together quite nicely, I think. This last digit is a 4. And now one of these here must be a 4 because one of these is a 4, right? And we have a 5, 8 here. There must be something else. Yes. No. I thought I could find a 2, but I can't because the 2 is blocking over here and the 2 is blocking down here. So I still have 2 candidate cells for a 2. But I think I should take another look at row 4, which needs to find a 1, 5, 8, and a 9. 5, 9 we know, 5, 8 we know, so a 1 will have to go here or here, but that's a pretty meager result from that analysis. There is a 5, 9 here though, so this is a 1, 8. I think I'll let that sleep a little longer. Did I look at the 1, 5, and the 6 up here? Well, it hasn't really changed, has it? Except this cannot be a 5. Does that help me? No. What? No, it doesn't. A 1, 3, and a 4 for the top row. This must be a 1 or a 4. So I guess I'll have to look at this row 7. 1, 2, a 3, 5, 7, and a 9. 5 here, 3 here. This is a 7, 9. Three has to go over here. So 5, 7, 9 for these. No. Oh, how stupid can one be? We know that this must be an 8 here or here. So we don't really have any place to enter an 8 in this row unless we do it here because we have this 8 here, right? So this is an 8 and this is a 4. It's not even early in the day or late, so I have no excuse for not being awake. These are still 5 and 9. So we have got 5 givens in this row 8. We need to find a 1, 2, 4, and a 7. Look at this, 1, 2, 7, 4. How difficult can it be? And now these two fours give me a 4 for this corner. And these are now 1 and 2, except the 1 here blocks this cell. And therefore, this is a 2 and this is a 1. There's a 2 here now and here, forcing a 2 to go in this empty square. And now the 2 here and here and here puts a 2 here. I think that this puzzle is beginning to crumble. This last cell must be a 7. And now one of these must be a 7, of course. What else is happening with these 4 cells here? A 3, 5, 6, and a 9. There's a 6 here. So one of these is a 6. There's a 3. One of these is a 3. 5 and 9. Well, we know that. 5 and 9, 5 and 9. A 1, 4, 5, 8 for these 4 empty cells. There's a 1, 8 here. So this is a 4, 5. There's a 1, 5 here. So this is a 4, 8. There's a 4, 8 here. So this is a 1, 5. Well, we know that this can't be a 1 because of the 1 here, so therefore it is quite obvious to me now, finally, that this is a 1 and that this therefore has got to be a 3. And that puts a 3 here. And now I think that we are cooking, because the 1 here and the 1 here and the 1 here gives me a 1 here, and this one therefore must be an 8. It must be an 8 because this can't be an 8 and this can't be an 8. So it's the last free square in this column. And that makes this an 8 finally, and this was 5, making this a 5 and this a 9. This must be a 4, and this last cell has got to be a 9. Now this is a 9, and I know from memory that one of these had to be a 7, so I'm not even looking. I know that this is a 7, and therefore this must be a 7 as well. So now we are looking at a 4 and a 5 for these two cells, and we have a 4 and a 5 here, except it can't be a 4 because of the 4 here, so this is a 5, making this a 5 and this a 4, and this a 4, and this must be a 6. Yes. Now this square has got to be a 1, and these now have to be a 6 and a 3. What are these two? They have to be a 6 and a 9. There's a 9 in this column, making this a 6 and this a 9. Remember the 6, 3 here? This is now a 6 and this is a 3, making this a 3, and this has got to be a 5. That was a rather fun puzzle. It wasn't very, very difficult. I thank you for following me through this puzzle, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Goodbye for now.